Okay, hello everybody. This is our first video since we've been back from Michigan. We got back about 2 weeks ago, and what we're doing is before we start on the house and get some more things going with the house, we're going to redo our garden out here because last year we caught a hailstorm, and the hailstorm really did damage to the outside garden. It didn't mess with anything in the greenhouse, but on the outside garden it did quite a bit of damage. Okay. Also, we're going to extend our garden about 4 feet further this year. But what I want you guys to take notice of is really pay attention to all these storms. Okay? Pay attention to Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Georgia, Alabama, California. Pay attention to all these floodings. And understand that if you start you a garden or you grow you something, you got to protect it against the elements, because you're going to see a lot of hail and you're going to see a lot more flooding this year. All right. So what we're doing is we're getting ready in case we catch another hailstorm. So what we're going to do is basically take these 4x4s, the 2x4s, and we're going to build a very similar pergola scenario over our garden. Maybe you can flash to our pergola. So I don't know how many of you saw our pergola video, but we put that up last year, right before we left, so during the summertime. So we're going to build one here now before we get to planting, so that way once it gets rolling we don't have to worry about any hail tearing up our outside garden this year. So this is the first intro video. You'll see some video footage of us going through the process, and definitely hear what I'm saying when I'm telling you guys to really look at these storms and pay attention to them and keep up with them. And pay attention to your food prices. Pay attention to what's going to happen in the grocery stores from all of these floodings. All right, it's real crucial that you really start thinking about growing you some things. My wife has a video about her Krepke, if I pronounced that properly.
Kratky method, hydroponics.
Hydroponics, where she's growing leafy vegetables without power. Okay, that's a very good video for you guys to watch and get yourself mentally attributed to if you decide you need to do something like that. So with that being said, we're gonna get started. All right, everybody, be free. Today, this is day one of doing our outside garden pergola, I guess you could say. So what we'll be doing tomorrow is making sure these are square. We know this is level. We're going to put support brackets here, 45-degree support brackets all the way through. We'll cement them tomorrow, make sure they're all in. I'm going to dig one more post, and then after that we'll start doing the cross beams and then put the middle boards in, and probably 2 more days and we'll be done, and our plants will be good and protected from any hail or anything this summer. So glad to share with you guys. Be free.
Go.
Okay, hello everybody. This is day 2 of our outside pergola, if you want to call it that, over our garden project. What we're going to do today is backtrack a little bit. We're going to cement them in, which is something we probably should have did first. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure they're level by leveling them out using the 2x4s to secure them. As we do that, we're also going to make sure they're square to the ground best way we can. And then we're going to also make sure we got them square going this way the best way we can. And then go all the way through, cement them all in, get all the perimeters done today. And then after that, we'll be doing the top, the middle section, and then the tops, and the top will have screen. And then the fence, and easy breezy capeasy, I'll be done today, all of it.
You know what?
So anyway, you'll get some footage of watching us put it in. So anybody out there starting to grow anything, you know, not to be repetitive, but pay attention. You know, there was just a big hailstorm down south yesterday. These hails are coming really large. They're coming golf ball size and bigger. And if you watch the Weather Channel, you'll see how they're happening pretty perpetual. So this whole project we're doing is from the anticipation of hailstorms that we might see out here, because we definitely saw one last year. So this year we're just trying to make sure we're prepared if we get any more of them. Okay? So after that, be free. You'll get to check us out. Up that 80 pounds.
I better be able to. I was working out. We've been doing
80 pounds. My baby be in the gym.
I better not say, baby, I can't keep this up. You're gonna work the shit out of me some more.
See that 80? 80? That's my baby. So this is day 3. Day 2. Day 3.
It's 3.
3. Pretty much got everything up. Okay? One thing I definitely want to bring to someone's attention, if you're a new person building off grid, or you're building and you really don't have a background in it and you're learning it, let me share this with you. This is real crucial. The cloth we're getting, well, it's not cloth, it's screen. It's like a metal fence screen with real small squares. The whole purpose of this thing is to prevent hail from getting to our garden. Okay? So the screen cloth, or screen fence, whatever you want to call it, is 48 inches. So when I first did this, I didn't take into account this width, and I didn't take into account half the width of this board. So really, I got to add this much and that much on this side, which is about 6 inches. So when I first outlined my project, my brain, I thought I was just going to do 2x4s through the whole damn thing, and it was just going to be perfect. And then I started, and I was like, oh shit, hold on. This shit ain't going to work. So anyway, I switched to 2x6s. So the 2x6s are wide enough here in the width to compensate for my 3 inches here and my 1.5 inches, or 3 inches here, 3 inches there, so that my screen will hit halfway on here and about 1 inch on this board.
Because your 2x4s are how long?
Well, they're 8 inches.
8 inches, right.
I mean 8 feet, but
8
they're
feet.
only 4 inches wide. I needed to compensate for 6 inches. So my point being is that whenever you're building, you got to compensate for the offsets. And I'm sure some of you guys out there who are builders, who are construction people, say, yeah, your ass ain't know that. No! Didn't know that. I knew it, but but I didn't think about it. So, any people that are builders that are catching our videos, if you got advice, if you got comments, I am open to receive information. Please, it's okay, it's cool. I don't take it as criticism. I won't be offended. I won't find no flaw with it. Another thing I would have done differently is the hinges. I would have put all the hinges on before I put them in the post in the ground. It would have been a lot easier than getting up and down,
On a
up and down,
ladder,
up
yeah.
a ladder, if I would have just put the hinges on at first. But anyway, this is where we are. We're going to finish up the 2x6s here. Then we're going to start our fence around it, put our door in over there, and retill this, put our raised beds. I got to build the raised beds. So put the raised garden beds in here. And this is the same garden we had last year.
Yeah, but it seems a lot bigger.
Yeah,
and we intend on maximizing the space by really planning how we grow in here a lot better than we did last year. You live and you learn.
You live and you learn. and that's the one thing about this process that we really want to share with you guys. As you are watching us or watching what's going on out here, and for those of you who are feeling kind of some of the things, we're talking about that's happening, one thing we want you to understand is you need time to practice. You need time to get ready. You need time to have trial and error. Keep that in mind in your conscious thoughts as you are coming to your own conclusions about what you believe is going on. And you can't let go. It ain't that hard. It can be a little scary, but it ain't that hard. And we're trying to show you guys that it is possible, it is feasible, and it's a damn good time, even though we be messing up a lot. All right,
I know that's right.
When we finish, be free.
Yep. Is I'm putting the angles on each end to give it additional support, and so you'll see me do that. Brian is making my garden beds. It's the same amount of space, but it seems like it's so much bigger, and I'm so happy with it because it's going to help me better organize my garden and get most production out of it this year than I did last year. Last year I was brand new, but you know, I saw where I could do better. So this year I'm going to get more production and hopefully have a harvest this year. We won't have any hail damage to my garden this year, thank goodness. But I'm really happy at how this is coming along and how it's looking thus far. So I'm going to do the additional supports on these posts, and You're going to keep seeing us move along this process. Alright guys, so we are just about at the halfway mark with our outside garden here. We finished up all the posts on the top. We still have to finish our angles on all the corners. My husband built these nice garden beds for me, so he's filling them up with the dirt. These are 4x4. This one here has posts so that we can have a trellis. I'm going to grow cucumber and watermelon in this bed. And we have a third one here. He's kicking dust all over me. We have a third bed, and as you can see at the bottom, we use garden fabric, and that way we can retain the moisture in each garden bed better, because it's so dry out here and everything takes a lot of water. So to grow in garden beds is kind of beneficial because it helps retain a lot of the moisture without it running out and everything. So I'm glad that he built me these garden beds. So I will be able to really maximize my space in this whole area with the garden beds and having everything sectioned properly the way I want it and get the most out of the space. So we're just about halfway done.
Next person asked me what the hell we do all day.
My husband's so tired. My baby been working hard.
Take your ass to YouTube. Look up Rancho Cucamonga.
Okay.
New Mexico.
In New Mexico. I know that's right. Nope. Ain't got a clue. So yeah guys, so in a couple of days we should be all done. I'll be able to plant my seeds and get to growing out here. So
Be done tonight.
no, we will not be done tonight. My husband would like to be done tonight, but we won't be done tonight. So this is a halfway mark, guys. We'll see you the next time when we're finishing this up, fencing it in, putting the screen up and everything. Alright guys, so next time be free.
Where are you going? Now how you gonna get down? Huh? How you gonna get down?
These animals are a mess.
How you gonna get down, honey?
She a mess.
How did she get up there?
Baby, I don't know.
Honey, come here. Come here.
She's making sure everything is leveled and right.
Honey, come here. Come here. Honey. Hey, come here. Come here, baby. Honey. Come here. Come here. No, just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait.
That's Daddy's baby right there. That is Daddy's baby. Daddy had to save his baby.
Ah, stop.
They are a mess. So I just want to show you guys why we're covering up our outside garden. I don't know if you can really see, but it's raining and there's small pieces of hail coming down now. So I don't know if you can see it as I'm trying to zoom in. But, you know, in some cases, the hail can be quite large like it was last year and just devastate your garden. And with all the work and time and effort that goes into it, you know, your goal is to have a harvest at the end of the year. So this year we want to make sure that we do have a harvest, that the time and energy that we put into growing our own food doesn't go to waste. So, you know, for a small garden like this, a small outside garden, is very feasible to enclose it in some way to prevent hail damage and wind damage for that matter. Even if you can't do a whole full greenhouse like we did on this one was totally protected from the hail. But for an outside garden, you know, to have cover over it in some way, shape or form is really necessary, especially as these weather events continue to get worse and unpredictable. So I just wanted to show you guys. Yeah, you can see it now. It's getting a little bigger.
And pay attention to all these hailstorms that are happening down in the south, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri. Think about what that's going to do to the supply. It's going to definitely have an effect, that's for sure.
Yes, it is. So I just wanted to show you guys that.
We're almost done.
We're almost done.
We got the top.
We got the top totally completed.
And we got the fence.
And
Top fence and the bottom fence.
yeah. We did
done.
our little corners. Finished those up on the outside. So far so good. It's coming along. So we'll be done probably in another day. Just weather permitting today. Whatever.
I'm working in all the hail and all the rain.
Today it is cold and rainy, but that's okay. We'll get this done. So just wanted to do an update, guys. Me and Mr. G right here. Okay, guys. Till next time, be free. That's what we're talking about right here. All this hail coming down. Looks like it's snowing. But that is hail. Small hail. But hail nonetheless.
Right, that's small. But it's going to get bigger. It's going to get bigger. Okay, so this is where we are now. We're putting the screen on, so the screen will protect it. You already saw the hail. So we got 4 foot across. This one's a little shorter than 4 feet. And we're just going to staple the screen to the top all the way down and all the way across. And that's where we are now. Big point I want to make for anybody out there that's really thinking through and watching what we're doing. One thing you got to understand. You cannot get ready when this thing really starts happening. Okay. Oh, my nose is dirty. You can't get ready when it happens. You got to start getting ready before this thing goes down. Okay? So anyway, I don't know who this is. But
one of your clients.
One of my clients. Whoever that is,
taxes.
The deadline is Monday.
Where my refund, Brian?
You're going to get an extension. I got other shit to do. Alright. So you're going to get a little footage of us stapling this thing in. So Till I talk to you again. Be free. If you just want to hold it, honey, you can.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, because I don't really need you. I'm going to just be up there stapling.
Okay. See, my husband always trying to make me just run the camera so he can act like he do all the work.
Huh?
I said my husband just trying to make me hold the camera so he can make it seem like he do all the work. That is not how it is. Whatever. Alright, so we got half of the screen up, the front and the back, and that was a task. It's very windy today, and so we still have to figure out how to do the middle, and we'll come back to that. Yeah, we're gonna have to go underneath and screw it underneath these boards, because trying to get that hard wire on top, it's just not flexible enough, and it's just two of us, and it's windy as heck, and it's just too problematic. So
what I had to do was been putting the wire up at the same time we put up the 2x4s.
yeah,
That was the solution.
and I don't know how we could have did that either, but
I don't know either, but
so we're bypassing on this middle part right now. We will come back to it. We have worn ourselves out with the front and the back, and so now we're going on to what we say is the easy part, the fencing.
which used to be the worst.
Used to be the worst. So now we're going to have the outer perimeter offense.
Alright, I'm messing up.
Are you? So the dogs and the cats can stay out of my garden.
Anything else?
And anything else. Okay, everyone, we are finally finished with this project. I think it's taken us 2 weeks. Off and on, you know, the weather has been not so great to work in some days, but we finally finished this project, and I am so happy. It seems like I have so much more space to grow this year with us doing this. Even though it's the same amount of space, it just really has it more organized than last year. But as you can see, we have the screens up. We still have to do the center section, so we'll do that. I think we're going to go with the shade cloth in the middle section instead of the screen, because the screen was just too difficult to put up in the middle section because it was just too rigid. But we're going to go with a shade cloth. But it is all done, so it'll be protected from the hail, and we just have it way better organized this year. So I'm very happy with it. It really looks good in my opinion, of course, but yeah, I'm glad we got this accomplished, and now I can start planting my seed. As you can see, my husband trellis, that's for my cucumbers. The garden beds came out very nice. I'm very happy with those. So I have my section over there with my grapevines and blueberries. So I'll do a follow-up video after everything starts growing, after I get everything planted. It's the middle of April, so we're kind of getting started late. We've still been having frost, and winds and cold weather, which is unusual this time of year, but we'll get everything in the ground and get it growing. But I just want to show you guys what we've been doing since we got back home, and we have gotten this mission accomplished, and now I can start growing my food, and we're going to start working on the house, so you'll see that video. But just want to show you the outcome, guys. I'll do a follow-up video. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time, be free.